It was time we stepped up our game when it came to equipment, and our homie Mike that always helps us out with welding gas and stuff from AWG got us a really good deal on this Miller unit. Is this gonna make all the dimes, Johan?
All the dimes.
Tell me, why is this better than the Harbor Freight welder that I'm so accustomed to using?
Just better control with the arc. That's all I'm gonna say.
So like, will I weld better with it?
Yeah.
Really?
Anybody.
It won't get stuck in the puddle with that one?
Oh, that's all comes down to your shakiness.
Oh, so that's user error. So you're calling me shaky.
Yeah.
Less coffee?
Yeah.
That probably helped
Less
me, huh?
Dunkins.
Yeah. Dang, look at this fancy thing.
Yep.
Gotta take that warning sticker right off though. Not digging
Yeah, it's
that.
too much. Too much of that.
Look at this thing. It's the unit. Took our favorite sleeper over to O'Reilly's. We're gonna go pick up some sandpaper. I'm gonna get some like 1,000, 1,500, and 2,000, as well as like a really harsh no, not the cutting compound. The pad. I need a pad that can cut pretty good, so I can get those valve covers dialed in. That's gonna be my little project for today because I've been kind of like stuck in the office and I really want to do some of the R34 today. So, what do you think, Mike? You think I should whip out the trans brake?
Yeah.
How funny it would be, you just see someone like bumping at the light. Don't worry about us.
All I hear is the 85 waters sloshing around in here.
Is there waters?
Yeah.
Dude, what if I do this and it just wheelies?
I mean,
Nah, it'll just spin. Man, it sucks because you'd think I'm this outgoing person, but like in traffic, I'm like embarrassed if my car is like louder than a stock car. Launch this thing, dude. God, go vroom. I don't think he knew he was racing.
there was no point in doing that.
It was worth it.
It was fun.
Dude, this car put such a big smile on my face, it hurts. I just can't wait to be going gagong, gagong.
Yeah.
I mentioned that in the video, right?
Maybe, I
That
don't
this
remember.
thing's doing sequential. I think I have plenty of times. Dude, this car leaves me shaking.
It's a violent car, dude.
Dude, when you feel it, like, it's like you press your foot on the accelerator and it just accelerates.
How did you describe it? It goes gonk.
Yeah, no, it goes gagong, gagong, gagong. I got a little too excited and I forgot there's chicken noodle soup in the trunk. Oh, dude, she's good. That's why I get the little cups. So when I do pulls, they don't spill. So one thing that's been driving me nuts, and I know you guys have noticed in the comment section as well, these valve covers are powder coated. They're not painted, but they have quite a bit of orange peel. And I don't know a lot about powder coating, so I don't know how that happens or what. But this is actually the second time I've had them done. The first time, there were some imperfections underneath the powder coat, so I wanted to get it super dialed, so that way when we did powder coat it, you couldn't like see like little dents and scratches. But for whatever reason, the orange peel is a lot more noticeable now. So I'm gonna try wet sanding it. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but worst case scenario, if we have to get them powder coated for a third time, I don't know. I feel like that's like what catches your eye the most in the engine bay, and it's super important to me to have it perfect. So I'm probably gonna do a test spot down here first, just to make sure it works before I do it up here and potentially make it worse. But that's pretty orange peely. Kind of did a test spot. I don't know how easy it's gonna be able to tell, but I got the orange peel down quite a bit. There's still little dimples in it, so I can definitely go down deeper, but that was just kind of my test to make sure I knew what I was doing, and I didn't want to go too crazy. Yeah, this is rough.
Yeah.
And this is pretty flat. It's still not buffed like crazy, so it's not super shiny, but like I said, worst case scenario, I can always just have these painted or powder coated, so this is just gonna kind of be a trial to see how good I can get it.
On camera, it looks real nice.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's definitely a lot better. Alright, so exactly what I was worried about. Right on the edge, it's really hard to not go too hard, and the clear is thinner than we thought. And you can see I went through. And you can tell because when I put some water on it, here's how it would look if it had clear. I went through the powder. So I want this car to be perfect, and I think what I'm gonna do, hopefully this car won't need to be serviced as much as some of the drift cars. I'm not a huge fan of painting valve covers just because they get chipped up and scratched up. But I think on this one, we're gonna hit up one of our friends and see if he can lay down the most baller, clear, spectacular finish possible. Because orange peel's killing me. It's really killing me, and I messed this up, so now it's junk. We also ran into a bit of an issue. So this beautiful Plasma Man intake manifold, we aren't able to get a titanium flange that matches up to the plasma clamp. So they're gonna make us another one, and we're on the fence about doing it raw versus polished. I think I showed this one in a video. This is one from my RB25. This thing is really rad. I don't think I've showed this in a video, but I'll explain more about this when we do the RB25 stuff, because this thing's sick.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're thinking that the raw might look better with the titanium, where the polish was kind of an eyesore. I can't hold it up right now just because of the fact that the ITBs are on, but maybe I can.
Yeah, there you go.
So what do we think? A lot better?
Yeah.
That looks sick.
And the thing is too, like, Plasma Man's raw finish is really nice.
Yeah.
It's almost like brushed. I think raw is the wrong way to describe it.
Yeah.
But I think especially with the titanium, the matte look will just, I think it's got a little more of an OE look as well. And the runners won't be as long since this is an RB25 and it doesn't have the ITBs. But I want to show this now, but I'll go into more detail later. But this is their RB25 design one. And what's really cool about it, instead of running the stupid octopus thing, they have their own proprietary design that has water channels that go in and underneath. And it actually has a water rail that goes underneath. So you don't have to deal with any of those annoying, like, little... Normally the RB25 aftermarket manifolds, you have like 4 like octopus lines underneath, and they're really annoying and really ugly. But this is like the most beautiful design ever, and I'm super excited to put this one on when I get the Neo head. But yeah, so I will end up selling that polished one. So keep an eye out on that. I'll post it on social media or whatever when I do sell it. So even RB26, you don't want to wait for super sick intake manifold. I'll have that one for sale.
So we got this figured out. We found the radius that will work pretty well with the valve covers. Like this factory hot pipe will go along this, and that's why there's the inlet station in there. So as you saw before, we didn't like how it shot straight towards the back of the turbo. So we decided to cut our own pipe cuts with the radius to match the valve cover as close as we can. We got this pipe here. We don't have the flanges yet. We're still waiting for them. So I can't really mock up everything 100% like I wanted to, but this will give you an idea of how that will go. And then this pipe will go up here, somewhere like that. And I still got a couple of pieces going to that, but I don't want to finalize those cuts or like keep tacking, just in case I gotta do any movements or rotating of the pipes to meet the merge. So that's where we're at with that. But now you can see like it fills in the spot somewhere where we want it, and statically it'll look a lot better.
Yeah, for sure.
More welding, but it'll look good. Now on the intake side, we're doing some different stuff with this. We can't mock it up 100% because the Plasma Man flange is different from the Vibram. So we're getting that worked out so that we get the right flange on there to run the titanium outlet or inlet. And then so for now, for the inlet side, this is what somehow we're working with. Once we get the flange, the intake manifold back with the right flange on there, we can start more tacking and making things more permanent.
Yeah.
And then
I love it.
I like the idea of the pipe cuts. I don't like how it turns down and back and then in, but once everything's in place, everything is welded,
I think it'll look really, really cool.
yeah, it'll go together.
Johan's been giving me little welding lessons here and there, and aluminum's I think the trickiest so far. Titanium I actually had the best luck with, is that piece right there. Not perfect, but for whatever reason, I think because with the new Miller, like this thing's like a freaking ballistic missile. it's got so much power that I like kept melting stuff, and then I realized that the foot pedal is variable. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my best to fuse two pieces of metal together in the most manly fashion I can. Right, Johan?
Yep. It's gonna take my job very soon.
Mark walks in, he's like, don't
Don't
job
teach him.
security.
Yeah.
A little bit too much filler. Honestly, I'm trying to get a job at Plasma Man, so I'm trying to see what I can do to get my skill trade up. Whole crew's been here, everybody's hanging out, helping trying to get orders done. We're doing our best to get everything done super fast. There's UCF car meet, and UCF is super close, so we're all taking a bunch of the cars. Mike's taking his car, I'm taking the 15, Marco is taking the FD, and then Pat's taking the E46. And yeah, bro, have fun. She's fast, brother. And yeah, we're just gonna go have some fun.
Squad, roll up. S15 versus LSFD. Let's go. Let's go. Pat Gooden piloting the LS Fox RX-7FD and LZ in the old Mona Lisa S15.
You're going down!
Oh God! Oh God!
James, how was your S15 experience?
Very good. That's so scary, dude.
Oh, I didn't put the last what just happened.
Oh my god.
Pat, LSFD, do you approve?
Yeah, I don't like FDs, but that thing rips.
What you drinking right there, brother?
The red diamond?
Oh, the diamond. Boy, I got the diamond now.
Diamond.
Wine Wednesdays, dude.
But yeah, so that was actually like a legit race. Like I was spinning next to him. I wasn't trying to like go slow or anything. Like that thing is faster than an FD car. It rips.
It's so fast.
E46 though.
I love the E46.
Yeah. Riley, what's your favorite car? What's your favorite car? Yeah.
So now that this is all mucked up, Showman's gonna weld it.
Yeah, real quick. Professional. Actually, I did all that for you, right?
Yeah. I hadn't cut all those pie cuts.
Yeah.
And he did a really good job at it.
I didn't weld anything.
No, yeah, so this is pretty much all mucked up. Now we have the flanges. Yeah, got the flanges, so now we could like all finalize welding. It still needs to be tacked up a lot, just in case I don't want a tack to break loose. Even though I'll set the tacks, I try to put a lot of amperage in it so that doesn't happen, but just in case, I'll put a lot of tacks on it. It'll help with distortion and all that. Yeah, the fun part is welding it, the other half of the job. So my plans is, I never done something at this magnitude, so what I'll do is I'll break it down to 3 sections. I'll weld this section here, I'll leave this intact. So I'll weld this, then I'll weld this long runner, and then back here, I'll take this spiral off and then weld it. So it'll be 3 sections, and then I'll join those at the end. Hopefully that helps with distortion or fitment. So at the end, when I go to put it back on, it's on. It goes on. It lines up. So
Yeah.
when I weld it all, though, what I plan to do is tack it in place on the engine, and then take the whole assembly weld here, and then weld here. So it's 2 welds. So that shouldn't be too drastic. Hopefully it goes back together the way it was intended. Yeah.
Awesome.
And then from there is intake side, but we're waiting on that. So I kind of, like I showed you in the other video, we mucked it up how it's gonna go. But yeah.
This has been a very, very big challenge of patience for me and Johan. I think the amount of time that's just gone into this hot side intercooler piping alone has been crazy. And although this is probably the most complex part, we still have to do the intake piping. You've got to weld all this for the cold side and all this for the hot side. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it looks like with a little bit of color and with all the welds and everything. But it's been cool, kind of like taking our time and like really obsessing over the little details. I'm thinking right now, like me and Mike were just talking, it'd be really cool if for the actual intake that comes from that back turbo, if we make our own pie cuts again, so we can kind of have like a parallel bend coming through here. I feel like would look really cool. But curious to hear what you guys think. A little bit different than the traditional intercooler piping on an R34 or R32, whatever, but I really, really like that bend, and I'm excited to see how this thing works all together. So thank you guys for watching. I don't know what the next video is going to be. Maybe some more R34 stuff. But yeah, keep it posted.